Welcome back to Titleholder Talks with Emily. I am so excited to have you all with me on this episode today. There have been a few changes since the last time I posted an episode of Titleholder Talks with Emily. I gave up my title as Miss Connecticut's teen and have started some new pageant journeys. I'm so excited to introduce to you our guest today, and I can't wait for you all to hear her stories and experiences. Titleholder Talks with Emily is a podcast that shares the stories and experiences of title holders across all pageant systems. See you when our guest joins. Hi, everyone. So we have a very special guest on the podcast today. And Kendall, if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Kendyl-Rae Bartz. I'm your Miss Oregon's Teen 2024.
Awesome. I'm so excited to start having the Miss America's Teen Class of 2025 on here. That's so exciting. So to jump right into things, I have a list of questions for you that I'm going to be asking today. And first and foremost, how did you get your start in pageantry and within the Miss America opportunity?
Yeah, so my start in pageantry actually began 2 years ago. I saw some of my friends from school were competing in pageants, and I was like, what is this? Like, how do you get involved in this? And so they're really my start to this. And so they got me involved in the Miss Douglas County program. And so that was the first pageant I competed in last year. I didn't end up placing at all or winning anything. And so I knew I was hooked on pageants and I wanted to come back next year and do better. And so I came back this past year and competed for Miss Douglas County's teen again, and I ended up winning. And then I competed for Miss Oregon and won Miss Oregon's teen as well.
That's awesome. I love hearing success stories come out of not only the Miss America opportunity, but just any pageant system in general. And honestly, I relate to you so much because I actually started my journey within the Miss America opportunity and pageants 2 years ago as well. I competed for Miss Connecticut's Teen 2022, didn't place, didn't win anything, but was like, I need to come back. This is awesome. This is a great opportunity for me. And then I went and competed for Miss Bristol's Teen 2023, won that. Went and competed for Miss Connecticut's Teen 2023. Was not expecting to win, but I ended up, coming out and winning the crown. But it's so awesome to hear that so many girls are just like me and have so many similar experiences. So, next question. This organization and the Miss America opportunity is really big on community service. So, can you talk to us a little bit about your community service initiative, what it is, and tell us how you started it and why you started it?
My community service initiative is Living to Lead, and it's focused on inspiring today's youth to become tomorrow's leaders through mentorship. And so, what I do is I'm involved in middle schools, and I go in there and I talk to middle schoolers about how they can become leaders and find their interests and their passions. Through the Miss America program, we have so many girls that are so interested in their community service initiative, and they're so targeted and tailored towards specific things. And so, my goal is to actually build up today's youth to have those specific targeted things that they're so passionate about and find where they're good at. And I came up with this because I've always wanted to be a leader and be involved in as many things as I could be. I was in student council, FFA, just all the leadership organizations. And I just saw myself growing so much through this. And so I wanted all these other kids to get involved as well.
I absolutely love that. And one thing that I definitely love about your CSI is that it couples really well with the Miss America opportunity because it's all about giving girls the opportunity to kind of soar and reach for their dreams and become leaders in the community. And that is pretty much what your CSI is. So I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. And always love to hear, all the different CSIs that go around in the Miss America opportunity as well. So a little bit of a fun question next. I don't want to try and stump you or anything. What was your favorite memory that you made at your state competition this past year?
Ooh, okay. My favorite memory. So we're at practices, like if you aren't familiar, well, I'm sure you're not familiar with the Miss Working program. So we're at practices from like 7 a.m. to almost like 10 or 11 p.m. and we're not allowed to leave the building. Yeah. And so it's a long day. You're super exhausted. You always want to go take a nap. And so trying to find a good nap spot's pretty difficult. But fortunately, me and my friend Abby Taylor, she was Miss Portland Metro's teen, and Lena Laracy, who was Miss Oregon's teen 2023, we went upstairs kind of where we weren't supposed to be. We found these chairs, we pushed them together, we made what we called a big dog bed. And so there was just like these two rounded chairs that we shoved together. We all climbed in there together and took big long naps, and it was really fun.
That does sound very fun. And while it may not have been the most comfortable, I love a good nap story. And I have actually gotten this answer to this question a couple different times on this
Really?
podcast. Yes, from a couple different girls that I've talked to. But I also shared that at Miss America's Teen, we were at long rehearsals, and I'm sure you're gonna get to experience this when you get to go in January, which we'll get to that later. But we were down in our dressing rooms for a lot of the time, and we just all fell asleep on the concrete floor of the dressing rooms. It was great. So
Yeah.
love a good nap story because I feel like all pageant girls can relate to having a good nap at their competitions. So, what is your favorite phase of competition and why?
I would say my favorite phase is actually on stage question. I think it's really exciting just to see how well I can think on my feet, especially in front of a big crowd of people. Standing up and talking in front of a lot of people is kind of my forte, and I love to be doing that, which really coincides with my community service initiative. And so I just think it's so fun.
That is so awesome. A lot of people are very scared of onstage question. Me being one of them, I have anxiety. So interview and onstage questions sometimes get me, but I love hearing all of the different answers to that question because everybody has such a wide variety of like, oh, I like this, oh, I like this. But onstage question is definitely, especially in Miss America, is a unique one, excuse me. So I love to
Mhm.
hear that, everybody likes all the different phases. So to keep on with the favorites, what is your favorite point of the crown and why?
My favorite point of the crown is style, and it's that one because I feel like that's the basis of the rest of the points. Style is how you dress, how you act, how you behave in front of others. And so style is also how many scholarships you end up earning. Because how we do scholarships in Oregon is we sell program book ads. And so how many program book ads you sell is how many scholarships you get even if you don't place. And so part of your style is like how out in the community you are. Your style is also how sisterhood is built and like your personality and how you're able to connect with others. And it's just, I think it's really great.
That is so awesome. And I love how you were able to kind of connect all of the points of the crown with style. That is so awesome. Great answer, girl. So to keep on, I know you talked with scholarships in a couple of your previous answers. So what are you planning to do with the scholarship dollars that you have earned so far?
So I'll actually be attending Oklahoma State University this fall to study animal science on the pre-vet track. And so I intend to be a veterinarian at this current moment, but I think I'm also looking into attending law school to become an agricultural lawyer because one day I want to be an Oregon State Senator.
That is very unique, and I absolutely love to hear, you want to be a vet, but you also might want to go to law school. And I know a lot of girls in the Miss America opportunity have been able to use all of their scholarship dollars to, not only further their education post high school, but also to go to law school. So you have a lot of great connections there. So make sure you
Yeah.
use them. What have you been able to accomplish with your title so far? I know that you were only crowned a couple of weeks ago and you have so much to look forward to, but what have you been able to do and accomplish as Miss Oregon's Teen 2024 so far?
Yeah, so I was crowned 2 weeks ago, and since then, I have had multiple different like radio interviews, and we have this thing in Douglas County called Graffiti Week, and so it's like this 50s style car show, and it lasts all week. And so I've been able to go to a lot of those different events because I'm from here in Douglas County, and so I've just been really out in the community, and so many people are so excited to see another Douglas girl representing the state of Oregon, and they're so proud, and it's just so exciting to me see how prideful this community is to be raising these amazing young girls. With my title, I've also started working with Miss Douglas County Audrey Van Houten to start a youth leadership camp right before I go off to school, right before Douglas County Fair as well. And so we're going to bring in youth because they're not currently in school to help work with some like water games outside, build up some leadership skills before they head back into the classroom.
That is so wonderful to hear. You've only had the title for 2 weeks, but you've been able to accomplish so much so far. And I love seeing title holders really get into their role right away, hit the ground running. And I love to hear that you have had so many opportunities already within your hometown, because I know some of my favorite parts of being the state title holder was getting to go and do appearances in my hometown and see everybody and really get involved in my hometown community and events that I got to do as a young child. So, and I bet you can really relate to that as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, going back to that Miss America's Teen, here you are, you're a state title holder. there is only one more girl that is going to be crowned within your class. It's Miss Puerto Rico's teen, and then your class is all complete, which is absolutely crazy. So, what are you most looking forward to, excuse me, ahead of the Miss America's Teen competition?
I think I'm most looking forward to just meeting all the other girls and learning about their passions for the community service initiative. That's something that's like so special to each individual girl, and it really shows you who they are and the different passions they have. And it can also show you kind of their background and how you grew up. And so I think it's really important to get that connection. And I can't wait to become, well, I already am part of this sisterhood, but I can't wait to be able to connect with all my fellow sisters and make more friends.
Absolutely. And I know myself as well as all the other state title holders can attest to this, but honestly, the best part of the competition is, not only getting to go and compete for your dream job and get to do all the fun activities like we went to Dave and Buster's, and I'm sure you guys will have a great time, especially if the competition is still in Florida, which we're still holding out on. So, but getting to go and meet all the other girls and really spend time with them, especially during rehearsals and downtime and everything like that, that is honestly one of the best parts. So I'm excited that you're already excited about it because all of the girls so far in your class look like they're having fun and they're ready to go. So I'm glad that you guys get to have each other and spend time with each other for sure during that week. So, one final question for you before we're all done. What advice would you give to any girls who are preparing to compete in their state or right now local competitions that are happening soon?
I would say really find what you stand for. What you stand for is going to be the basis of kind of your interview and how you perform on stage. You want to know like your personal traits and your beliefs and just let those shine through you. So you don't want to go in front of those judges and pretend to be somebody that you think they want to be. Just be yourself because you could be the person they're looking for and they didn't even see that because you were trying to be someone else. So go out there and show them who you are and who you truly want them to see you as.
I love that. When you ask different girls for different advice, especially pageant girls, there's a wide variety of answers, but I'm glad to see that so many girls are really encouraging our youth, especially within the Miss America opportunity and different pageant systems across the country and across the world to really be themselves and to find what they stand for, because that is one of the most important things, especially I know for myself, is being myself and truly showing the judges that I care and this is who I am. And if you want to pick me for this job, then you're going to pick me as me. So I absolutely love that piece of advice that you were able to give just now. And I hope girls that are listening to this episode, anywhere, your friends, family, anybody that may be competing for your job next year is listening and is able to really take that advice to heart. Well, that concludes this chat that we were able to have, and I'm so thankful that you were able to join me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I've loved getting to kind of connect with all of not only the state title holders in my class, but now all of the state title holders in your class, which is crazy to say that my class is already almost a year old. But, getting to chat with you guys has been awesome. And I'm so excited to hopefully come down to wherever Miss America's Teen is and cheer you guys all on.
Yay, that'd be so fun.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. So fingers crossed that I'm able to come down and meet you guys in person, which would be awesome. But again, thank you so much for joining me today. And I cannot wait for everybody to see just how amazing you are, Miss Oregon's teen. Well, that was episode 6. I hope you enjoyed getting to hear all of Kendall's stories and experiences because I know I did. This podcast will be going live on Spotify and YouTube at Titleholder Talks with Emily, and I will be posting clips of this and previous and future episodes on my Instagram at Titleholder Talks with Emily. See you in the next one.